Today I am celebrating the abolition of slavery. Now, for me that's somewhat ironic because I'm not wholly convinced that I'm not a slave myself. I know that I live on tax farms where I have governmental forces and bureaucracies that insist that I must do as they say. That for me sounds an awful lot like slavery, a softer, more discreet form of slavery, and yet it's the yoke in its most modern form. And for me, the idea that slavery has been abolished and is no longer present on this earth is clearly absurd. I've seen photographs of slave markets that are still present on this planet today, and even in this country I know that there are many people that are working in slavery, in hiding, and whose voices are not heard. There is child slavery in many places around this world, and so I do not want to participate in this celebration of the abolition of slavery as if it's a victory, as if it's a battle that has already been won. And yet, I would like to recognise the intention, I really believe the beautiful intention that was at the heart of those people who moved towards the abolition of slavery. It was a very difficult thing to do, to speak up in a culture where, slavery has been omnipresent in human history going back thousands of years around the planet. It's very difficult to find pockets of the world where there has been no slavery ever. In fact, I'm not sure that there has been any found. And yet, in that culture of slavery, to stand up and say, this doesn't feel right, we've got to stop this, we can do better, there's a better form of humanity if we can stop doing this to each other, making property of each other. And to those people that were there at the outset of the abolition of slavery, I have nothing but admiration, because I cannot begin to imagine what they must have come up against, how badly they must have been discredited, the sort of opposition that they would have faced. Because even speaking up against small issues today can bring hideous consequences. And so that courage to speak one's mind, to hold true to what values we think are right, is something that throughout history I think is worthy of our respect. So today I want to join the celebration of the abolition of slavery, not because it has wholly succeeded, but because of that intent that was first put on paper and put into action as the British Empire used its ability to control the waves to begin to control the slave trade and to prevent people from making money off the skins of other people. So, and maybe that transmuted into some alternative form of much more subtle slavery, but for me that was the beginning of a journey to a much more enlightened form of humanity.